Top 5 Celebrities Who Went From Hero to -1,000. Number 5.
Lance Edward Armstrong was born on September 18, 1971, in Richardson, Texas. He began competing in triathlons at a young age with great success. In 1989 and 1990, at the age of 18 and 19 respectively, Lance Armstrong became National Sprint Course Triathlon Champion. In 1992, at the age of 21, Armstrong turned to professional cycling and quickly established himself as a talented and ambitious cyclist. Over the next decade, Armstrong became one of the most successful cyclists of all time, winning 7 consecutive Tour de France titles from 1999 to 2005. His victories were particularly impressive given that he had overcome testicular cancer in the late 1990s and had to undergo extensive treatment for the disease. Armstrong's victories in the Tour de France and his inspiring story of overcoming cancer made him a hero to many people around the world. He used his fame to launch the Lance Armstrong Foundation, which raised millions of dollars to support cancer research and to help people affected by the disease. However, in 2012, Armstrong's reputation was severely damaged when the United States Anti-Doping Agency accused him of doping throughout his career. Armstrong had long denied these allegations, but in 2013, he admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs in an interview with Oprah Winfrey. As a result of his admission, Armstrong was stripped of his Tour de France titles, a bronze Olympic medal, and banned from professional cycling for life. He also faced numerous lawsuits and legal challenges, and reportedly lost $75 million of sponsorship income in a single day. To this day, Lance Armstrong fights to save his reputation, and only time will tell if he will manage to do that. But there is a great chance that he will forever be remembered as a cheat and a liar who undermined the integrity of professional cycling. A sad end for the legacy of a cyclist who could have been the best ever.
Number 4.
Charlie Sheen was born as Carlos Erwin Estevez on September 3, 1965, in New York City in a family of actors. He grew up in California and began his acting career in the 1980s, and quickly became known for his roles in movies such as Platoon, Wall Street, and Hot Shots. In the 2000s, Sheen became famous for his role on the hit television show 2.5 Men, which made him one of the highest-paid actors on television. He also appeared in a number of movies during this time, including the popular comedies Anger Management and Scary Movie 3 and 4. However, Sheen's personal life has been marked by a number of controversies and scandals. In 2011, he was fired from 2.5 Men after a series of erratic behavior and public outbursts, including a highly publicized feud with the show's creator, Chuck Lorre. Throughout his life, Sheen struggled with gambling, alcohol, drug, and sex addiction. That led to a number of stints in rehab. In 2015, he publicly announced that he was HIV positive, which he said had been diagnosed several years earlier. Besides his struggles with addictions, he is also an advocate of the 9/11's Truth Movement, a movement that supports a conspiracy theory which disputes the general consensus of the September 11th attacks. He is also known for his stance against vaccines. If not for all of the controversies and scandals, Charlie Sheen could have been remembered as a 4-time Primetime Emmy Award-nominated actor. And now, only time and his remaining fans can decide what legacy will be left behind for Charlie Sheen.
Number 3.
Bill Cosby. Born William Henry Cosby Jr. on July 12, 1937, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He began his career as a stand-up comedian in the 1960s and quickly became one of the most popular and successful comedians of his generation. In the 1980s, Cosby became even more famous with the launch of The Cosby Show, a hugely popular sitcom that ran for 8 seasons and made him a household name. The show, which focused on an upper-middle-class African-American family, was praised for its positive portrayal of black life and its emphasis on family values. Cosby was also known for his work as an actor, producer, and philanthropist. He won numerous awards during his career, including multiple Emmy Awards, a Grammy Award, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. However, in recent years, Cosby's reputation has been severely damaged by allegations of sexual assault and misconduct. Over the course of several decades, dozens of women have come forward with allegations that Cosby drugged and sexually assaulted them, often after inviting them to his home or hotel room. In 2018, Cosby was found guilty of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault and sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison, seen as a landmark moment in the Me Too movement. However, in June 2021, his conviction was overturned by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, citing violations of his due process rights, resulting in his release. It's a bit sad that Cosby's legacy as an innovator, comedian, and actor is forever tainted by his reputation as a sexual predator.
Number 2.
R. Kelly. Robert Sylvester Kelly was born on January 8, 1967, in Chicago, Illinois. He began his career in music in the 1990s and quickly became known for his soulful singing voice and R&B hits such as Bump and Grind and I Believe I Can Fly. At some point in his career, he was dubbed as the King of R&B, as he was well known for his work not only as a singer but as a producer and songwriter, producing hits for artists such as Michael Jackson and Aaliyah. However, in his personal life, everything went in opposite direction. R. Kelly has faced several controversies involving sexual misconduct, including child pornography charges in 2002, which he was acquitted of in 2008. He was arrested on multiple sex crimes and obstruction of justice charges in 2019, resulting in his incarceration until June 2021. He faced trial in 2021 in the Eastern District of New York, where he was found guilty of all 9 counts of the indictment, including racketeering and Mann Act violations. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison in June 2022 and is now under suicide watch. In August 2022, he faced another trial in Chicago, where he was found guilty of 3 charges of production of child pornography and 3 charges of enticing a child. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison in February 2023. R. Kelly's behavior has also led to increased scrutiny of the music industry's treatment of sexual abuse and misconduct, with many questioning how to hold musicians accountable for their actions while still enjoying their music. Despite everything, R. Kelly still has a loyal fan base and remains a popular figure in R&B music. Before we get to number 1, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe and check out my channel for more similar content.
Number 1.
O.J. Simpson. Full name, Orenthal James Simpson. He was born on July 9, 1947, in San Francisco, California. He rose to fame in the 1970s as a star football player, setting records as a running back for the Buffalo Bills and later the San Francisco 49ers, and is regarded as one of the greatest running backs of all time. He was the only player in NFL history to rush for over 2,000 yards in a 14-game season, and he is the only player to rush for over 200 yards in 6 different games in his career. After retiring from football in 1979, Simpson transitioned to acting and broadcasting, appearing in films and TV shows such as The Towering Inferno and the Naked Gun movies. He also worked as a sports commentator and analyst. However, Simpson's life and career took a dramatic turn in 1994 when he was accused of murdering his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman. The case, which became known as the Trial of the Century, was a media sensation, with millions of people tuning in to watch the trial unfold on TV. Despite the mountain of evidence against him, Simpson was acquitted of the murder charges in 1995, a decision that remains controversial to this day. However, in 1997, he was found liable for the deaths in a civil suit brought by the victims' families and was ordered to pay $33.5 million in damages. Despite the conclusion of O.J. Simpson's infamous trial, his legal troubles persisted. In 2007, he faced charges for numerous felonies such as kidnapping, assault, and robbery, and was later taken into custody in 2008 after violating the terms of his bail. Alongside his co-defendants, Simpson was ultimately found guilty and served a prison sentence beginning in 2008. He was later granted parole in 2017 and released from prison in October of the same year. Following his release, Simpson remained on parole until December 2021. The O.J. Simpson's personality and actions brought to light issues of race, celebrity, and the justice system in America, and it is still widely discussed and analyzed today. Simpson's reputation has been permanently damaged and granted him an anti-hero celebrity status.